Okay, I'm not sure if everybody can hear me, but hi, my name is Pamela, Cowan, and a little bit about me. I am a Neuroleader. My company is Build Resilience. My why is to share the pursuit of purpose, passion, mission, and the power of resilience. I have 15 years of experience working in the corporate realm around corporate culture change. And essentially what a lot of companies would hire me to do is to prevent people from falling down. But yet I found that, really and truly, it was not necessarily always the physically falling down, but it was also the mental falling down that really caused the most severe thing that I dealt with. And a lot of times what I find is I love playing with teams. And as I go through what I'm going to present, you'll understand why. So, first of all, let me ask you, what is resilience? And I'm going to ask for a little bit of engagement here. So if you could put in the chat, what is resilience? We hear that buzzword seems to be going around a whole lot. And yet, 2 years ago, it was like this word started really resonating with me. And so, yeah, Michael, exactly. Yeah. So how would you describe someone who is resilient? You guys have been looking in the dictionary, I think. But basically, it's really just how they just seem to bounce. They just seem to bounce through life. But to me, really and truly, when I think about resilience, and I want you to close your eyes as I describe this, that you're in a building, the winds are just blowing like crazy, and this building is not very sound. It's not structurally sound. The wind is so strong that it is literally blowing your building, and it's weaving back and forth. And you're grabbing a hold of whatever it is you can grab a hold of to keep yourself inside the building. Well, to me, resilience is that ability to say to the pillars of your life, pillars, stand strong. Pillars, stand strong. And to find those pillars is really the key. But really and truly, there is actually one pillar that we really actually need. And that is, I'll explain as we go through the cycle of resilience. So resilience really has a cycle. There's that fear and failure aspect of things that we go into, which really and truly, anything that we encounter that is a roadblock comes with a fear or a failure. We're apprehensive about something that happened in the past. How many times have you thought about that one meeting where somebody didn't totally agree with what you said, and just the way that they put it still resonates with you today, doesn't it? You're still at that meeting. Because what I've come to realize is that there's either a fear or there's a failure, one or the other. But really, fear, a lot of people say, well, that's just false evidence appearing real. But fear really actually, there's another way of looking at fear, and that is that it breaks down into, number one, fear. F is for face the facts. E is for employ it. Employ that fear. A is the adversity. Adversity we need to look at as an advantage. That's where your mindset comes in. And lastly is the R, is the ability to restore or rejuvenate from that and have it that we're moving forward. So just 1 second here. So then, but the one thing that we need in order to be able to do that when it comes to fear and failure is staying focused on our purpose. Simon Sinek said that it all starts with why. And yet, when we have a focus on that purpose, and that is our single focus, that what ends up happening, it enhances our well-being, it decreases our ill-being, and increases our resilience. And so therefore, it allows us to just keep bouncing along like that little bouncy ball of that person that just keeps bouncing along. So how do we stay focused on purpose? So a lot of people look at purpose and say, well, my purpose is my noun or my role, my job, my profession. I'm a lawyer, I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, I'm a coach, I'm a, whatever it is, or I'm a mother, I'm a father, or I'm a Red Cross volunteer, or it's that becomes your purpose. Well, in actuality, there are other ways of finding our purpose. And there's actually 3 main roads that lead us to finding our purpose. Number 1 is conformity. We look for what other people are doing and look and see their result and say, that's what I want. I want that result. So that becomes our purpose, our focus. The other one is reacting to life. Life events, just either we're gliding along, or when life causes us to react to an impactful event like a near-death experience. The proactive search is more reflective and more intentional and uses our experiences, as all experience is a learning experience. There really is no failure. It's always about, what did I learn? And this can actually be used to move us forward. So, now, the tools that are used, this is actually a brand new unveiling. I have been working with PhD level scientists and professors from around the world for the last 6 months who have helped me to find these tools. So the tools that are found within what's called neurochange are the social sciences, emotional intelligence, epigenetics, behavioral psychology, the mind sciences, neuroplasticity. And when it comes to neuroplasticity, 10 years ago, my husband was diagnosed with 2 illnesses that were actually attacking his brain. And the neurologist says, he has brain atrophy. So I went home and I'm like searching Dr. Google, what is brain atrophy? And Dr. Google told me brain atrophy is when our brains are shrinking. And so it's like, all of us have our brains that are shrinking. His was just shrinking at a faster rate. So, but 10 years later, the professors that I've talked with in neuroplasticity tell me that in actuality, with what they know about the brain now, that yes, neuroplasticity is exactly what is happening with our brains. Our brains are like plastic, but not like the Tupperware. It's not formed into one form. It's more like that plasticine that we used to play with in school, and every day you'd make something different. So, in actuality, by understanding the principles of neuroplasticity, we can actually create ourselves whatever it is we want, and our brains are limitless. The last tool, is automaticity and the subconscious. Automaticity is what we do when we drive our car. Do you really think about it? Or do you just basically, you've done it so many times that it has become automatic? Think about all the things that you do in your life without even thinking about it. The subconscious is like our back office. It's always working. So why not utilize that to help us to stay focused and find our purpose, and help us to better, more easily achieve the goals and the things that we really want in our lives. So what we can accomplish by using the tools is to adapt and recover from our established biases. These are biases that actually started when we were born. We don't even know that we actually have them. Use the malleable aspects of the brain to improve our health, happiness, and wealth. Reframe our world and rewire our brains. Become the sculptor of our own brain and allow the new us to emerge and renew our brains every day, achieving excellence in any pursuit and have increased levels of consciousness. So, I'm offering a personalized for you and your team blueprint for neurochange to inspire you to stay focused on your purpose. So, here's my calendar. And also I encourage you to pre-order my book. It's coming out here in October. You can text Resilience to 403-919-3299. Thank you. And there is time for questions. So I'm going to stop screen sharing and cancel that. So I have like 4 minutes if there's any questions. Looks like there's comments. Angelius has given a lot of great feedback. And we're definitely going to be talking later. So anyway, so if there's no questions, thank you very much. And I enjoy talking to you a little bit later.